Okay, and hello YouTubers again. I am finally back for part 7 of this. I am sorry I was gone so long. There have just been some things I've had to do, slash take care of, slash I'm just way too freaking lazy to get on this every day and do this. The main issue currently is that I have been doing a lot of things. I finally got another job, which is good. Oh, by the way, this is part 7 if I haven't said so already. I might have. I'm not sure. I don't care. I'm too tired to care. But anywho, I've been working a job lately, and my job involves me having to get up at, what time is it? Like 4:30 in the morning, because I've got to be at work at 6. So I just get a little tired. And usually when I get home, I start talking to my friends, and I don't feel like doing these, because if I do, I can't talk to my friends that easily. Now, a lot of people would have been posting comments on my old videos, which means more people are watching my videos. More people are subscribing, so I'm going to try and at least update weekly, if not every couple days. I said try because I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to be able to with my new sleeping regimens, so on and so forth. I'm looking right now for someone to do repairs, so... Because usually there's a bowyer or something so I can buy arrows. Oops, wrong one. I've gotten a couple comments that I'm not happy about, but then again, you know, freedom of speech and everything. Just please, if you're gonna insult me, give a decent reason why you're insulting me. Don't just insult me because you want to. Because I will completely ignore the fact that you exist if you do that. I get really tired of people just posting comments saying, oh, you suck, blah, 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 blah. It drives me up the walls. Okay, now, if you just saw what I clicked there, since Wrath of the Lich King came out, I've been kind of messing around with my other characters, and I've been getting really, really bored with a lot of things, because I do a lot of quests. And I'm going to get me some more arrows, just to make sure I've got enough to finish this walkthrough off. What I've done and gone is gotten a couple things called add-ons for WoW. That one that I just used in there lets you sell basically all of your grade items in your inventory. I find it very helpful. It's not considered cheating because of that. I don't consider that one cheating. The other one I have, a lot of people might consider cheating, but here's the hard end of the bargain. Before I decided to do add-ons, I actually looked at World of Warcraft's standpoint on having add-ons. And I found some very interesting things about World of Warcraft via the add-ons information. They've actually... I did some reading up on them before I got them. I did a couple other things before I got them. And it turns out World of Warcraft doesn't deny the fact that there are add-ons, and they'll openly say, okay, we have add-ons, that's fine. We don't care if you use them, that's fine. As long as they're within reason. No god moding add-ons or stuff like that. That I would never do. Now, if I could, just for these walkthroughs, I'd do it, but that's a bit mean, so I'm going to play the game in its traditional spirit as best I can. The other one I have, you've probably noticed, is floating right here. It's an item called Quest Helper, and what it does is it constantly displays quests you're doing, so that you know what you're working on and when you're working on it. Most people are going to say, oh, this is cheap. It's kind of like the built-in Quest Helper, only the only difference is, well, I'll show you here in a second. Since I have a lot of problems finding enemies on quests, I'm gonna say right now, I usually go to a site called thoughtbot.com and look up stuff. help me out? Because it seems like they moved a bunch of the dudes that were in this area, or someone's recently gone by and killed them. Oh no, they're over here. I just gotta find them. But, as you can see, like, when I roll over an enemy, if you can see the bottom of it there, it says, it says who's on the quest, and what the quest is called, and how many you have when you scroll over someone. Which, you know, is very helpful. It also displays it up here. But this right here is my favorite part. When I go to my map screen, say you scroll over this, it marks the area where you have a good chance of finding the enemies that drop the items you need. That way, because I realized when I was doing a human quest, where you have to get, if anyone's ever done, you have to collect the bandanas off the Defias members. You know how annoying that can be, because sometimes you'll kill them and they won't drop. And, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm getting tired of this. So I looked at them, and with this little thing up, it'll tell you if there's an even chance that they can drop it. Now, it doesn't mean they will all the time. I run into that problem a lot, but I found one, like, there's certain low-level Defias ones that won't, especially in Westfall, that won't drop the leather bandanas in question. So, you know, I was pretty happy that I found that, because that saved me a lot of time. Now, I'm going to say this right now. Yes, if you use tracks like this, as you can see, it takes up a small little bubble, which can get very annoying. You know, I'm going to admit I cheat when I use this, but I'm cheating because I get tired of trying to figure out what to do on quests on my own, especially on my days off of work. I'm tired, especially when I've got a time limit. Now, I do use this on my other characters. I am not going to turn it off just whenever I log into a character that's not doing one of these. And that is because it is awesome to use, and it's very helpful, especially way later on in the game when you start fighting enemies that can pretty much, even though they're one level below you, have a pretty good chance of being able to slaughter you if you screw up. I ran into that issue yesterday with my Warlock. Dude was one level below me. Levels. Dude was one level below me, and he was able to massacre me even with my Voidwalker out because I underestimated him. If you hear creaking, it's just my chair. It's winter here. It's been snowing, so I've been getting pretty lazy. I usually do in the winter, but I've still got work to do, so I have no estimation of when my next video is coming up. I'm gonna say maybe, well, probably I'll get a couple next week, so I only work 2 days. But still, you know, like some weeks, if you've noticed, some weeks I'll put up like 2 or 3 videos in the span of like 2 days, and then the next week I won't put up any videos till around someday on the weekend. To anyone that's wondering what's up with that, what happens is most people are actually gonna find this one, find my description, my reasons for doing this very, very nice. Others are gonna find it not so nice, and they're gonna be mad at me, and this is not good. What has been happening is, when my girlfriend goes to school, she works, or she has to be, in classes one week, and then the next week she's on a computer. So, what happens is I'm, for that week, I basically don't get online. I don't do this stuff. I talk to her. And if you hear that beeping, it's just our dryer going off because it's done. And oh wow, I got really lucky right there. I have like 2 health left. I was hoping to complete this quest today, but I guess I can't because I'm almost at the 10-minute mark. I don't know if you heard me over the beeping, but my 10-minute mark's coming up, but I still haven't finished this quest, which is really annoying. Wow, that's a glitch. Cool glitch, but that was a glitch. I gotta make something off of that. Anyway, I'm over my mark now, so I guess I've got to be going. I will see you all later. I hope you have fun and take care of yourselves. Adios and goodbye.